a second. Wait a second. Yeah, we're good. Yeah. Just walk.
Whoop, you okay?
Yeah. You good?
Just went over my foot.
You alright?
Yeah, just.
Yeah.
Alright, hold on 1 second. Yeah, that's perfect. I'll be able to take your jacket and the rest of the way. Today should be a brighter day. I swear to God. I've been trying to get this 240 started for the past couple of videos. I'm sorry if they've been somewhat lackluster because I know you guys want to hear this thing start. I do too. Did everything we can as far as this janky ass wiring harness. All we needed was a new starter. So we just picked one up from AutoZone. We're gonna go ahead and throw it in the 240 as fast as possible. Get the old one out. I'm not even gonna worry about testing it because that starter. If this doesn't work, well, let's not even go down that path. Let's just go ahead and install what we need to install. Keep a positive mindset and get this 240 on the road. Alright, so as much as I want this thing on the road, it's so nice to see it up in the air. So we got a good amount of clearance underneath just in case we need to go and attack that starter from the bottom. I think I could fully pull it from the top, but we'll figure out that in a little. Sturdy as hell. Ain't going nowhere. Thank God to the Injuku racing bash bars. It really makes jacking this car up so much easier, being the fact that this thing is so low to the ground. All the pinch welds underneath this car are just completely trashed and bent up. So if I don't gotta put a jack on there, now working on a slab instead of the grass is so much more ideal, and now we could go ahead and attack our power issue. So just to recap, now that we know that we got power to the rest of the car, this side of the plug on the engine harness side is getting continuity, but the starter is not switching over. It's getting power, but it's not switching over. And the only reason why it's getting power connected directly to the positive terminal, which we hooked the starter up to, the alternator, and everything that we would need to get power from the main terminal, so it's not all lost in there in this bird's nest of an engine harness. I bought a Miata battery. So a lot of people I know run Miata batteries in 240s. One, because obviously they're smaller, they're lighter weight, and when you plan on doing a battery relocation, which is what I want to do, where we relocate the battery from where its OEM position is here, obviously there's a hole here, can't do that. We'll run it probably in this portion of the trunk near where the fuel pump is, and that way we could get decent weight distribution out the car without having to run a crazy amount of wire through everything. So for what we're doing, it's not like we're running an audio system out of this thing, so I'm not worried about the biggest battery in the world. We're just looking to crank over the engine. So Amazon sells these battery tie-down kits for like $6. You could go ahead and pick them up, and what's cool is they're universal, so they'll fit to any battery. They lock down wherever you want to put them, and well, they're real light, and they're heavy duty, so that way my battery isn't flopping around the trunk whenever I decide to transition. So that'll hopefully be a part of today's project, because, well, if we get the 240 started, first thing to do is figure out a place for the battery to go. We're just gonna kind of rest it up here for right now until we get it running. Run the battery back, figure out what to do with this nasty ass fuse box. We'll probably bolt it up somewhere here. Now, I know a lot of you guys are asking, why the hell is there a hole in my frame? This is a different chassis from the one that we previously had. And this one came, I guess, with a turbo build in it, because where the intercooler piping would usually go straight to the turbo, Well, it would go right here, and you would usually need to cut these out, and they did honestly a pretty bad job. So I would love one day to go back in there and fix it up, but we got an NA build at the moment. There's no need for intercooler piping clearance when the only intercooler pipe we got is this OEM intake. All right, that was much easier than I thought. Getting it out. Alright. Solid. So it's not chipped up, but moisture definitely got to it. You can see all that clutch material and stuff. I guess it's old. Whatever. Sure, we'll replace it. Much cleaner. So let's get this installed and let's get our 240 started. Oh, this is so much easier to work with. That's tight.
I'm scared.